I haven't done one of these in a while. And it's 2 a.m. and I should sleep, but I'm not. I don't care. I have melatonin in my mouth. I'm not sucking a dick, I promise. I just don't know why I said that. It just doesn't actually. Okay. Uh, I'm gonna talk about music more. I don't care. I don't shut up about it, but it's fine. Um, I thought about. Well, I mean, I was listening to something earlier, and I was like, why don't I just fucking talk about music that makes me cry? Because I think, I mean, most music makes you feel something normally. Most of the time, it's like, oh, that's fucking cool. That's great. It's generally how it goes. And then there's some music that just, I mean, music makes you feel emotions, but sometimes it's like what, it's like so fucking much that you cry, and it's like, I think that's really cool that that can even happen. It's completely fucking. I mean, sure, visuals can help, but like you can experience all that without a visual, and I think that's interesting. That just audio alone can make you feel something like that. So I wrote down I wrote down songs, some songs. Why not? I don't even know what the fuck I'm or what order. I don't think it matters. Let's start with. I'm not gonna go like super in depth and like, here's 30 minutes about one song. It's kind of boring. I think. I don't know. We got One by Metallica. I don't even know what was. I just went into this with no fucking thought process about what I'm going to talk about with the song. I just wrote down shit and then it's there. I don't know. I guess that song's interesting. It kind of builds like the first half. Like yeah, there's heavy bits, but it's not it's not anything like the second half of the song. It's kind of like two different songs. The second half of the song is loud and intense, and guitar solo, fucking tapping solo, whatever it is. I think it's just made perfectly to a way where that build up pays off really well, and the lyrics add on to that. I don't know. That makes no sense. Who cares though? We got what else do we have? We have Stargazer by Rainbow, which I guess I think the main. So the song is just epic in general as it is. It's like holy shit, that's incredible. But I think what really, at least for me, what really does it is Dio's vocals. Like holy shit, God, I fucking love Dio's vocals in general, not just this song, but fucking. Okay, well, as I'm talking about vocals, my voice is dying. That's awesome. Um, just incredible vocals from him, just in general. But on that song, it's like the most powerful thing ever. And then, I mean, he's doing that throughout the entire song. It's like 8 minutes, and he's doing it throughout the entire song. But is it like the? It's like the last 2 to 3 minutes. You get the. I don't know if it's like a keyboard that comes in doing the string sounds, or if it's an actual like string arrangement that I don't know. I don't know what it is. I feel like it's just a keyboard thing. It doesn't sound like a mellotron though. But that comes in at the end, kind of near the end of the song, and Dio is just fucking going and going and going, and it's fucking incredible, and I love it. That just didn't explain it very well. This is awful, but I'm still doing it. We have Rush with Cygnus X1 Book 2. Like, I don't know why they named it that. They have Cygnus X1 Book 1. It's on the. It's really interesting. So, A Farewell to Kings is where Book 1 is. The second song, the Book 1 is the last song on A Farewell to Kings. Book 2 is the first song on Hemispheres. And I think both of those songs, when you put them together, it's just some fucking incredible storytelling. But book 2 is like, what, 18 minutes? And you get these fucking incredible lyrics, and the song keeps you interested the whole fucking time. And then you get to the end, and it just randomly goes into this little acoustic thing, and it's like a nice ending that, if you're in the right mood, it really fucking hits you. That's something I found out unintentionally. It was interesting. But it's, I don't know. It's just cool. I think the lyrics really fucking add on to it, though, because Neil Peart wrote some incredible lyrics all the fucking time. What else? We got Hitch a Ride by Boston. I don't even remember why I found this song. I mean, I'm bound to find it. It's fucking Boston's first record. It's all over the place. But I was kind of surprised when I found it's not. I mean, all the songs on that album are popular, but it's one of the lesser played ones. It's like the first half of it. It's just kind of this. I don't want to call it simple, but it's like a straightforward acoustic thing mostly. Some electric guitar in there, and then the second half goes into this. I mean, it kind of slows down, and then you get electric guitars coming in all over the place, and then you just get this fucking beautiful solo, and that really does it for me. I don't really think about guitar solos all that much because usually I think the entire idea of guitar solo is like overrated. Like, yeah, there's guitar solos I love, but I think like I'll just like not click a random song, but I'll find like a random song. Say I'm looking around on YouTube and I just click a random song I know, and I'm like, yeah, there's a guitar solo in there somewhere. I don't know. Don't really pay attention to it because it doesn't stand out to me, if you ask me. But then I like YouTube has this weird kind of newer feature where if you hover over the timeline, I think if the video has like over a certain amount of views or it's a certain age or something like that, it'll show you like the most watched part of the videos. And often I'll just find like the beginning of the guitar solo is like the most played part, even on songs where it's like not an incredible guitar solo. It's just a random little thing. It's not garbage, but it's just there. It just kind of happens. I don't know. It's a bit silly. I don't know. But yeah, I don't remember what I said about Hitch a Ride. Besides guitar solo, that's really good. I realized I really like two other guitar solos. It's Fourth of Fifth by Genesis. That's probably my favorite guitar solo. I realized that didn't really. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it gives the same reaction. Maybe not. I don't know. The other was is Child in Time by Deep Purple. That's more of like a. It's more along the lines of what Metallica was doing with One. I don't know. Whatever, doesn't matter. What do we do? Let's. This isn't even a single fucking song. This is the entire Minecraft soundtrack. Like, I think I don't listen to the Minecraft soundtrack that often, but I think about 2 years ago, I was playing Mob Arena on Mineplex for some goddamn reason, trying to see how many how many rounds I could go. That sounds like I'm getting high. I don't whatever. Yeah, I was trying to see how far I could go, and then I just threw on the fucking Minecraft soundtrack and cried for like an hour and a half or something. I don't know. Yeah, I'm okay. I hope. And yeah, that's great. That's just nostalgia though. Like I think you can objectively say it's good, but nostalgia is definitely a huge fucking factor there. Because had I not played Minecraft when I was a dumbass, I'm still when I was a little kid, like I don't think that would have impacted me that way. I don't know. All right, what else do we have? We have Pink Floyd. I mean, you could pick a bunch of Pink Floyd songs, but I think to me, what sticks out the most is Echoes. Echoes. I mean, that's a weird song. I really like it a lot. It's like a top 2 or 3 Pink Floyd song for me, but I still feel like it's too long. Sometimes I think the little ocean bit in the middle, it's cool, but I feel like it lasts too long. I don't know. The song as a whole is like 23 minutes. I don't mind long songs, obviously, but sometimes I'm like, could we cut that down a little bit? I feel that's one of those songs, but that's not the point. When after you get out of that ocean section and the guitar comes back in, and it's just like it just feels so fucking yeah, I don't know, triumphant or something like that. It comes back in, and then at some point it keeps it building and building, and then it kind of cuts into like the what's the word? I've lost the word. The vocal melody that was near the beginning of the song. It cuts back into that, but it hits you a different way because of the stuff you've just went through in the song. Because the song's weird because like vocals come in at like 3 minutes. There's some vocals for maybe like 2 minutes at most. So say in total that's like 5 or 6 minutes into the song, and then after that you don't get vocals. You get like you just get instrumental for like 10 plus minutes, and then the vocals come back in, and that whole trip through there I think really impacts when it comes back. So I that's how that works to me. It's also Shine On You Crazy Diamond. I guess specifically parts 1 through 5, but what is it, like 6 through whatever? I don't even know what the other thing is. But 1 through 5 is the more popular one and the one I've listened to more. So that song, even the instrumentals in that song, it's mostly instrumental. The instrumentals are like, you hear the guitar and you're like, wow, what the fuck? That's like a guitar crying. That's what it sounds like. It's really weird, but it gets you, and I think that's really interesting. And then the other parts, whatever. Specifically at the end of that one, you get this. I think it's really cool. So Richard Wright, he wrote like the little keyboard bit at the end of that one, and he stuck in a little like See Emily Play melody in there, and I think that's so fucking cool, especially when you know the context of Syd Barrett and the band and all that. Like, I think that's just so fucking cool. All right, what else do we have? Okay, so I guess I saved the best 2 for last, not really intentionally, but whatever. Let's just do King Crimson first. So, I mean, okay, well let's. I've got 2 songs here. Let's go with Starless first. This is my favorite song just in general. not just from King Crimson, just in general. Starless. I don't even. It's like it starts out all slow and you're like depressed as hell, and it just after like 4 minutes, there's no more vocals in the song after 4 minutes, and the song's like 12 minutes. But after that, the vocals are gone. It just goes into this like guitar and bass thing, just that keeps it fucking building, and the drums and the percussion getting more intense, and it just goes into this like perfect chaos, and it's fucking incredible. And then after it keeps building, it goes into this little like jazzy section. I think it's interesting there. It kind of takes away from the emotional thing for me, but I think it's interesting. But say like the last minute of the song is perfect. It's fucking perfect. It brings back the original melody at the beginning of the song, but there's mellotron over it, and the bass is loud as fuck, and the saxophone is also playing the melody, and it's just fucking perfect. Oh my god. And then there's Epitaph from their first album. I think this one impacts me more emotionally than Starless, even though I like Starless as a song slightly more. Because, at least for me, like the lyrics in Starless are kind of up for interpretation somewhat. But in Epitaph, it's like, oh yeah, I know what the fuck we're talking about. Like, you read it and you're like, oh yeah, this is talking about nuclear warfare and all that shit. And it just really adds to the fucking the melody that the mellotron is playing. I love the fucking sound of the mellotron. It's so perfect for a song like Epitaph. And you get Greg Lake on vocals. He just he's perfect for that as well. What else is there? I mean, that's what sticks out in that song for me, in the lyrics, because Peter Sinfield, is that how you say it? I don't know how to say his name. Dude was he didn't even play an instrument for the band. He was just there to write lyrics, and I think that's so fucking cool because he made incredible lyrics. It's fucking awesome. All right, now we're down to Yes, because let's talk about Close to the Edge, probably my favorite Yes song. I guess say like the first, is it even like the first half? I don't know how long the song is before it goes into it calms down. Not that it was like overly intense or anything, it's just like the first half of the song, it's kind of like a bunch of fucking catchy little bits put together, and it's so fucking cool. It's really good, and I like it. And then it calms down into this little section that's kind of like doesn't even feel like a place that exists, but it's so calm. And then there's these really calm backing vocals from Chris Squire and Steve Howe, while John Anderson is up in the front making like his voice is fucking perfect. Like and then that section happens for a little bit and it builds up into this thing, and it just goes into Rick Wakeman playing a fucking church organ, and it's like it's haunting. Like it's the thing you would not expect to happen there. Like I remember first hearing Close to the Edge, and I was just like, what the fuck is going on? That doesn't make any sense for that to be there, but it works. And it's like it's haunting. Like I don't even know why, it just is. And because it's Yes, the lyrics don't really make any fucking sense. And John Anderson just goes, "Oh, that sounds nice. Let's put that there." But it works. It's great. And then after that, it goes into the kind of goes back into chaos a little bit. And then at the end, it kind of feels like once you get to the end of the song, it's like it makes it feel like you've gone through an entire journey because you basically have, but it plays on that, I guess. I don't know if I'm making any fucking sense at all. Probably not. I don't really care. Okay. And there's the Gates of Delirium, which weirdly is one of Yes's songs where the lyrics you like know what the hell he's talking about, because it's just so apparently John Anderson, the lyricist, lead vocalist, he's at the time they were making Relayer, the album that this song is on. He was reading a song. He was reading a book called War and Peace, I think is what it's called, and he decided he wanted to put that in the context of a song, and you get the Gates of Delirium, and it fucking works perfectly. Like there's kind of like, I guess you could call three, maybe, well, you could divide it into a fuck ton of different sections, but there's mainly three sections of the song that, like, as vague as you could get, there's three sections. And the first section is like before war. The war is kind of starting up, and they're like, "Oh, well, let's blame everyone else over here," blah blah. And it's kind of like, I'm not explaining it well at all. But then the second section is just the war. It's meant to represent the war happening, and it's just this. It's just chaos, but it's so fucking good. I love the middle section of this song. It's incredible. And you have Steve Howe on guitar doing these things all over he's going all over the place. And he's making these sounds that you're like, what the fuck? That's a guitar? That makes no sense. Like, I remember the first time I heard the song, I didn't fucking understand it. But like, once I understood it, I was like, what in the world even is that? That makes no sense. And he's going all over the place with his guitar, and the sound is just so weird. He has the weirdest tone on it. And you have Chris Squire with his bass just going all over the place as well. And it's so fucking cool. You know, on this album, you have Patrick Moraz on keyboards. He's doing a bunch of stuff too. And he has these cool, I guess, textures to random to bits of the song. And the middle section, it has the guitar going all over. The bass is going on throughout the whole thing, but like the guitar kind of takes up most of your attention for, like, say, the first majority of it, I guess. And then there's this little kind of interlude bit that has like crash sounds that apparently they had a bunch of car parts, and they just put it all in a pile, and they just kept pushing it over in the studio, and they just put that on the record, which I think is kind of funny. So you had all these crash sounds, which is interesting. And then it randomly cuts back into the keyboard, just this chaotic fucking keyboard sound. And it's so weird, and the bass is going all over the place in the background. And then after that section, I mean, it's still kind of in the war section, but it's like a little bit at the end of it. Goes into this guitar once again a guitar that sounds like it's crying. It's, oh my god, dude. And then after that, oh my god, computer, you're being stupid. After that, it goes into the section that's called Soon. They released it as a single, which I think is kind of weird because without the whole context of what's happened before, Soon on its own doesn't really work. But Soon is this calm, like, it's the part that's the most emotional part of the song, which is why without the context of the previous parts, it kind of doesn't work as well. But soon, the lyrics are just a plea for peace, and I think that's really fucking cool. This was made, the album was released in 1974, and the people, all the guys in the band making this have family members that are involved in wars, and because like Vietnam is Vietnam over by then? I don't know. I'm fucking stupid, but World War II was there not that long before. And they have family members that are involved in all that shit, and they're tired of it. And Soon is just a plea for peace, and it's like it has this weeping guitar that kind of keeps going on while John Anderson is singing. Soon, I can't do anything. It doesn't matter, and then it builds with keyboard. Maybe it's a mellotron. I don't know. It's going on in the background as well, and it builds along with the intensity of the vocals. Not that they go shouty, but whatever. And then it ends on this note that keeps going higher, sounding kind of hopeful. I think that's really cool. Anyways, there's me being a fucking nerd about music for how long is this? 30 minutes. I'm surprised I got 30 minutes out of that nonsense. That's fun. Okay, but no, I'm not gone because I forgot to say I encourage you to go listen to these songs because why not? That's kind of the point. I like talking about it. I want people to go look at that stuff because I find it interesting. Maybe you find it interesting. Maybe you don't give a shit. That's also an option. Okay, now goodbye.